gangs fighting and killing people. But see, the gangs had money. The criminals robbing and killing had money. So what would minorities do? Well, they would join the gangs. They would steal, kill, and destroy. Then they were killed by cops, gangs, or even their own people. And if they weren't killed, they were sent to jail. However, this does not only affect them, but the rest of their community or relation or whoever they represent. Now, cops or whites or anyone who can help the community won't because they think their lives are just like the others, which then leads to innocent people being killed, discriminalized, or even sent to jail. Even in the court system, innocent black people are facing racial stereotypes. On March 7, 2017, the National Registry of Exonerations did a statistic showing, judging from exonerations, innocent black people are 7 times more likely to be convicted of murder than innocent whites. A black prisoner serving time for sexual assault is 3.5 times more likely to be innocent than a white sexual assault convict. Black people are about 12 times more likely to be convicted of drugs crimes than innocent white people. Going to prison on these types of charges is life-ending. You can't get certain jobs, cars, loans, or housing, all because of the stereotypes of that black people are criminals. I mean, what other explanation for these statistics are there? The opportunities of a black person shoot through the floor after going to jail, which leads to less money in the household, which makes black communities more poor than they already are. Which then leads to a bad economy, bad stores, bad hospitals, auto repairs, and any other essential need in the community. Which finally leads to bad life. Children are put into bad situations and bad environments because of their parents have gone to jail or had a bad life to begin with. Which then leads them to nothing but a horrible life for them and their future generations. On top of that, bad resources are run by people who don't think right. Our banks, our hospitals, our auto repair stores, our police stations even tend to have stereotypes and prejudices of their own, believing that people who live there cannot afford or acquire such resources. And for Shaquille Dukes, that is exactly what happened. On June 9th, outside of F-18 Memorial Hospital in Freeport, Illinois, Shaquille was finally starting to recover from his double pneumonia when he asked his doctor to go on a walk with his boyfriend and brother. It was a nice, peaceful day. Shaquille walked with his family and an IV machine until a security guard came to him in his squad car. Shaquille tells CNN, "I was livid. I was irate. The first thing he said to me wasn't, 'What's your name? Can I help you?' But are you stealing this?" Duke said his boyfriend became recording the encounter, and as Duke was trying to explain to the security guard that they were on the walk, that's when the security guard called for police backup. Duke told CNN that he said the guard told the police, "I have 3 black males attempting to steal medical equipment from the hospital." It's funny how even human beings can't go on a walk anymore because of the color of their skin. Because in this world, if you're black, you're always up to no good. Even if you're in front of a hospital with a hospital gown and literally have an IV machine hooked up to you. This security guard is one of the many people who stereotype minorities. He thinks just because he was black and male and he was stealing something. When the police officers were on their way to the jailhouse, Shakir suffered a major accident attack, stroke, and seizure, and the police officers didn't give him his inhaler until after he got to the hospital. He almost died into the back of that cop car just for the simple fact that he had dark skin. And dark-skinned people are thieves, murderers, rapists, or drug dealers. The endless cycle of stereotyping minorities has gone on for centuries. One black person raped a white girl, and now his kids, and his friends' kids will be labeled as rapists. One Hispanic decided he was good at construction, taught it to his sons. Other people got jealous that they were good at this job and thought, that's all they're going to be good at. One Asian builds robots, and now Asians have to be smart scientists. One white person decided that he's not going to be a criminal and that he was going to make a decent living for his family. And now he has had an essay. Now he's had an easy life and can do no wrong. Yeah, white people get stereotyped too. The fact is, we don't know what's behind the curtain. We don't know who someone is until you take a chance and get to know them. Anyone can be anything, and sometimes it's okay to be cautious. It's okay to have judgments, but don't let it cloud the ideas of that person until you really get to know them. Give that black guy a job at that hospital. Let that Asian fail a test without saying a word. Let that Mexican be a lawyer or board government official. Let anyone be anything. Dr. Martin Luther King said it best. I have a dream that for one day for my 4 little children have to live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Judge people by the content of their character. This cycle must end. The cycle of minorities getting little opportunities in life that leads to them becoming criminals, or them just having a bad life with little opportunities. That leads to their kids having a bad childhood with a bad life and bad opportunities. And some becomes delinquents, and the others are stereotyped to be delinquents because of the other ones. Then they grow up and the cycle restarts. End the cycle. Now, finally, I want everyone to close their eyes one final time. I want you to picture a black man in a suit and tie, successful, smart, strong. Then I want you to picture another person just like him, except for this one is Mexican, and the one after that is Asian, and after that is female, and the other one is Muslim, another one's a Jew, and so on and so forth. Now, if you don't like what you see in front of you, or if your brain can't even comprehend the image I am portraying to you, then all I can do is tell you something that I heard from a great name being Brian Copperfield. He once said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't do drugs. I'm sorry that I want a better life for myself. I'm sorry that all my children are born into wedlock and that I support them. I'm sorry that I'm going to teach my kids that getting good grades and is not acting white. I'm sorry that I refuse to wake up in the middle of the night to silence screams and gunshots. I'm sorry that I look so bad in an orange jumpsuit that I'm not going to prison for anyone. And I'm sorry that you have a stereotypical mindset. I'm sorry that you are a racist. I'm sorry to say that you are the reason that people like me and Brian Copperfield have to write these speeches. And I'm sorry to say that your future generations will try to continue this cycle of hatred and discrimination. And I'm sorry to say that I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen.